All right, it's demo day. We got a Salford Halo VRT here.
I really want to thank Reese and Ivers Farms for letting us come out and bring the Halo VRT to them. Starting to get some traction on the internet, and different ones are starting to ask a lot of questions about it. So this is a real great opportunity for us, and we're really excited. The Halo VRT is an awesome tool that we developed, been working on for several years, and it combines a lot of technologies that we've put in a package that hopefully answers a lot of questions for the operators out here in this world's environment and agriculture today. So the Halo platform is comprised of 3 models. We got the Halo Airway, the Halo HSD, and the Halo VRT. What's super unique about the VRT is that it stands for variable rate tillage. So the indicator over there, and we can go from 2 degrees to 15 degrees on the gangs. And all of our blades are individually mounted still. I mean, that's what Salford's known for, is individually mounted blades. So all of our blades are individually mounted, and we can angle them from 2 degrees to 15 degrees. We do that in a couple of different ways. The standard machine comes from the factory requiring 5 hydraulic outlets. That's on the 20 and the 25 footer. When you go to the 30, 35, and 40 foot models, you need 6 hydraulic outlets because there's a hydraulic jack. We developed a function that allows us to utilize a electric over hydraulic valve block using a joystick in the cab.
Oh, from your little handle, there's all kinds of different things on there. Blade tilt, do your winch tilt, do your jack, wing pressure, anything else?
You got it all. I mean, you can do basically pretty much everything except for the depth, cut of depth. Can be controlled with older tractors, older horsepower that's only got 3 hydraulic outlets. Hydraulic hoses coming from the tractor. As you can see, this one has an ISO bus cable on it that plugs to our joystick, and the valve body's here. We have a downforce valve for the wings, so we can actually control the amount of pressure that you put on your wing tips. And then we also have a unique feature to Salford Halo platform, a hydraulic downforce for the rolling basket package on the back, and you can just simply dial in how much pressure you want to put on either function, and you're good to go. And you can actually turn them both on and off from the cab if you need to. A cool aspect of the Halo VRT platform is that we can actually put our baskets in float, or even lift our baskets if situations require it in really muddy conditions. If you need to get the baskets off the ground, we can actually do that with ours. The Halo platform was meant to be able to be tuned to conditions. So as you're going through a field or changing residue, moving from different type of terrain, river bottom where you really need to make it black and it's flat, to hill ground where you want very little tillage but you still need to process residue and run shallow. So we tried to make it as easy to modify and adapt from the operator seat as we possibly could. One of the functions that we do from the operator seat, as I mentioned, is the gang angle over there on the far right hand side. That's where we go from 2 to 15 degrees on the tillage. We also are able to change the pitch, the fore and aft from the operator seat using our joysticks or SEVs on the fly. So as conditions change and you see the machine is wanting to track one way or the other on you, that's a simple adjustment right from the operator seat. You never quit.
Super nice, both of those.
The other cool thing is depth control. Right now, all you have to do is you set your gauge, and we do have this calibrated now. So this is basically 0, and then when we go to 4, we're theoretically, based on your draw by height, 4 inches of depth cut. So that's pretty close to true now. So that's a nice feature. You don't have to crawl in the machine. You're not putting cylinder stops on. You're able to access all the adjustments either from the operator seat or from outside the machine. All the Halo platform, from the 20 footer all the way up to the 40 footer, are going to transport less than 12 feet wide down the highway and less than 13.6 tall. So we're going to be easily under 14 feet going down the highway. So for once in your life, you're going to be pulling a tillage tool that can actually stay within the tractor tracks going down the road. So no more mailboxes or telephone poles or road tiles, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So a little closer look at the Halo. As you can see, our cutters They're a multi-function blade. There is a slight concave to the blades. They're very similar to some of the other products you see out there on some competitive machines. We've taken it to the next step. They're all independently mounted on torsion flex rods. There's 4 rods per mount. It's pretty common in the industry, so it's proven technology. It's almost indestructible. Each one of those hubs is a self-servicing hub, so there's no maintenance to it. Extremely reliable hub. And if you have a bearing go out in a hub, you simply remove that nut, take the blade off, and replace the hub. It's a one-man operation.
A lot better than doing a whole gang, ain't it?
Absolutely. That's what we say. Uptime is critical. Service points, as we said. Now the gangs are moving on these, so you have the modules where the coulters are mounted. So each wing will have a front and rear module, and depending on the size of the machine, the 20 footers will have 4 modules per side. And it just goes up from there according to cutting width. Now each module will have a grease point, and it's right back here in the center. And that's the only maintenance on the gangs. You grease those, that's where the pivoting action is done, that's where the adjustment is done, and that's it. And then from that point on, your main pivot points. Reese, you got your lift and lower on your axle, you got 1 on each side, and then it just progresses up from there. The frame pivot, there's 2. The wings have 2 on each side, and then of course, as the machine goes, there's more pivots, and then it's all applicable to how many pivots you got. It's real easy. 100-hour grease interval.
100 hours, that's good.
It is, and then you know how it is. It's like anything else. It's all dependent upon the use and grit and grime and the kind of dirt you're running in. But all those pins have replaceable steel bushings. So as you're putting acres and acres on this machine and utilizing it, you can always get those pins back to like new tolerances as they wear. I love the baskets. This is the only unit out there that has double 14-inch flat bar, heavy duty rolling baskets in a tandem configuration on a front folding disc design. And we're using this on all of our Halo platform now. So just look it up on the internet. You can check it out. The Halo Airway, the Halo HSD now, and the Halo VRT are all available with double 14-inch rolling baskets. And these are awesome. This is utilizing a walking design that we at Salford, our engineers, came up with. So the baskets can flex and follow contours. These baskets are made to run on the ground. So when you come around and turn, utilizing the constant downforce on the basket, it helps the machine turn better. You only need to use 1 SEV. The baskets condition amazingly well. I'm anxious to see, because you guys you've used and are currently using some competitive design that's got the giant cage. Yep. I think you're going to be impressed with the double 14s. I know I've been able to really knock some socks off of guys that's been used to the competition, and they love the conditioning power of these rollers. Shaftless design, so they shed the mud extremely well. It flows right through there, and you combine that with speed that these machines are able to run at, and they're really hard to plug up. So notice I didn't say you can't plug them up.
Yeah, I did notice that. It's my little caveat there.
But no, we're very, very excited about the VRT, and really appreciate you guys giving us a chance to get it in here and let you try it out. But right there, Reese, on these wings, on the 20s and 25s, on all the Halos, we can actually add, like right now, this machine is pretty much flat. And I think it goes stock from the factory about 1 degree below level. But we can actually add those shims, so if we need a little bit more, we can go up to 3 degrees below level on the frame, so we can get a little bit more flex in there if we need it. And that's really nice on the 20s and 25s, which are 2-piece frames. So if you guys are still in some rolling ground.
Yeah, we got some terraces too.
But like guys that are Western Kentucky, Southern Indiana, Central Kentucky, Ohio, different places where they deal, Wisconsin, Iowa, I mean, we got the ability here to give you some extra frame flex to get her in the ground all the way across if we need to. Baskets are sealed too. I didn't mention that. But
you don't have to grease the baskets. Okay, good.
The baskets. Literally the pivot points on all the pivot pins, where you've got a lot of pin on pin, steel on steel pivoting. that's just mainly the main maintenance on it. The rolling cutters, the baskets, all the high-speed stuff has got high-quality bearings that don't require daily greasing. We are able to really dial in that pass-to-pass. And a lot of the competitors, and even us, we use the, when you're using the fixed gang, like our HSD, the divider or the diverter board works great, because you can dial that in and pretty much you're not changing any other variable in the system, so it pretty much does its job all the time. But when we came out with the VRT and we're swinging so far from one extreme to the other, you know, we're going from vertical tillage all the way to maximum tillage, the dynamic changed. So we needed something that could adjust with it. So we developed a rolling filler design where we're running 2 blades, and these blades are adjustable. So we can actually, based on the situation and soil types and need, the aggressiveness of this intercoulter to kick dirt back and make it level, and then also too this star wheel that allows you to put the finishing touch on. And I think hopefully in our videos we can showcase that, and you can see that when we make a pass-to-pass on this unit, going through the field, you can go from 2 degrees to 15 degrees, and you can't tell where one pass meets and the other one stops.
No ridging, huh?
No ridging. And that's guys at the plant and the engineering team, they deserves a pat on the back for that. That's pretty awesome. And we can adjust it. You can see these slotted bolts right here. You can loosen those up and as needed, adjust them according to conditions. So
all right, let's head to the field and test it out.
There you go.
Letting her eat. Leaving her pretty smooth. Adjust it how you want on the go. Here comes Dad. I let them doing every other pass, so we'll see how they do against each other. Bean stubble time. That's looking pretty. Well, we've been running for, I don't know, 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. But it's doing great. Of course, it's nice to be able to adjust on the fly, and this thing is not plugged up one time. It's a pretty big deal to us, so really liking this tool. I mean, I can't tell you how it's gonna hold up or anything. They act like they haven't had much issues, but usually hear that from all kinds of companies. But I like that just on the fly, not very many greasers, not very often, so low maintenance, that's always good. I know it's still early in the ball game, but so far, I say I'm a big fan. Holds up nice too. Of course, this is only 20 foot, but they say the big boys don't hold up any wider, so another plus. That's it for this demo day. I gotta go do something else. I lied. I came back. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I'd come back, do one more field after coach the girls practice this evening. I say I love this thing so far. See how it holds up? Just need some vitamins to give it to make it double in size. I'm done with the demo here on the Salford. Final thoughts. Really like it. I like the way it leaves the ground. I don't know if it's the double folding baskets or what, but definitely a fan. Of course, I don't know how it holds up in the long term, but I had no issues. I had one hydraulic fitting come loose, but that happens. Just tightened it up, and that's all it was. I like the versatility of it. Like, I was down the river bottom, super sandy, beach sand. Had it set on 8-degree tilt, and I drug up on it. That's the only time I drug up. That was on me. I switched it to 5-degree, no problem. So that's the kind of versatility we like. Didn't try working up any washes, but I think if you get the blades tilted as aggressive as they go, good chance to be able to work up washes. A lot of vertical tillage tools can't do that, so the versatility is the main thing. Being able to adjust for the cab's great, and no greasers that are less than 100 hours is nice, and no greasers on the baskets is nice, as long as the bearings don't wear out. So only drawback, it is as far as tillage tools go, it's pricey. It's one of the more pricier ones, but besides that, I definitely, if you're wanting to spend the money to have a all-purpose tillage tool, I'd highly recommend the Salford Halo VRT.